Growing up, I was extremely passionate about Japanese animation, or more commonly known as anime. It was a significant part of my life, and I had a group of close friends who shared this common interest with me. We would spend countless hours watching anime, discussing our favorite characters and storylines. Over time, I picked up some simple phrases and words in Japanese, but I never thought to pursue seriously learning the language. That is until I discovered visual novels. Visual novels are a perfect blend of anime and books, allowing me to deep dive into captivating worlds. However, there was one problem. Most visual novels were not translated into English or even Japanese. What a dilemma. As a teenager, I started to think about learning Japanese. To access that untranslated visual novel, oh sweet, sweet nectar. However, I thought to myself, you know, I knew Chinese, and I knew that Japanese shared the same language, not the same language, but the same characters known as kanji. I thought to myself, wow, this is going to be a cakewalk. This is going to be easy. So, very eager to start, I started looking up some grammar guides online and some online learning tools and quickly got to work. However, as you would have guessed it, the language was far more complex than I had anticipated. The verb conjugation, sentence structure, the particles, the formal, informal, everything was just so overwhelming. Feeling frustrated, I quickly gave up. However, that was not the end of my Japanese learning journey. In second year university, I started to pick up learning Japanese again. Not really sure what motivated me this time, but I knew I had to give it another shot. At this point, I had consumed well over 100 days of anime. Yes, you heard that right. Over 2,400 hours of anime. I had a plan this time. I was following a blogger at the time called Japanese Level Up, and he preached the system of doing Anki flashcard decks, which are digital flashcards, as well as combining that with immersion. What I would do is I would spend about an hour or two during my commute to university, grinding through the Anki cards, and then coming home, immersing myself with Japanese material 5 to 6 hours a day. After about 6 months of doing that, I felt like I had made significant strides, and it was time to finally tackle the final boss, reading untranslated visual novels. I remember my first untranslated visual novel. Boy, it was difficult. I was basically looking up every other word in the dictionary, and progress was extremely slow and tedious. However, as I continued to push through, I caught myself understanding a bit more of the Japanese in context. Bit by bit, I was able to get through and finally finish my first visual novel in Japanese. What an accomplishment. Eager to seek for the next challenge, I moved on to light novels. Light novels are basically full-fledged novels targeted towards young adults with slightly simpler language. However, this was still an immense step up from visual novels, which had voice acting and visual aids to make it much easier to consume. Light novel? Well, it was just text on a page. And as you could imagine, progress was extremely slow at the beginning again. However, this time I knew that if I just pushed through, it would eventually become easier, as I had done it before with visual novels. And today, I'm able to read about 70 to 80% of light novels and understand that without a dictionary. I still prefer to use a dictionary because it allows me to learn the language and learn new words much faster. One of the most profound moments of my Japanese learning journey was when I dug up an old iPod Touch I had as a teenager, flipped through some of the songs and gave it a listen, and the nostalgia hit me. As a teenager, I loved Japanese music and anime songs, and they were very catchy. I would enjoy the melody and the rhythms, but I never understood the lyrics. However, this time, I could actually understand what they were singing. This feeling was indescribable. It truly put into perspective the journey I had been on. I was very proud of myself for pushing through in my sheer will and my own volition. Last October, I was on a 2-week trip to Japan. Compared to my first trip, where I could barely speak the most basic phrases, I was very comfortable. I was able to converse with locals, handle everyday interactions, and get through the country without much issues. While my Japanese was still not perfect, and I still struggled to find the right words and phrases, I felt like I had truly improved, being able to connect with locals and understanding more of the culture. My journey of learning Japanese has been one of preservation, dedication, and personal growth. It began with a passion for just anime and visual novels, led me through challenges and setbacks, and ultimately brought me success. It taught me to set goals, stick to a system, stick to the plan, and results will come from input. I'm extremely proud of my achievement, even if it doesn't really provide me with immediate utility today. I encourage anyone that has a passion for learning a skill or a language to pursue that. As the end of that journey, when you look back, you'll feel so proud and you'll feel such a huge sense of accomplishment that it will all have been worth it. Thank you.